It's beer o'clock on Real Ale Craft Beer. Today we've got a beer from Sadler's Brewery and it's a bottle of Peaky Blinder. It's a black IPA coming in at 4.6% ABV. It's been hopped with Amarillo, Cascade, Citra, Chinook and Nelson Sauvin. The malts are pale, crystal, chocolate, roasted and wheat. Of course, it's off the series, the Peaky Blinders. If you've not watched it, I'm a really big fan of it. I've seen this beer down my local Home Bargains and I thought, oh, I've watched the series, gotta get the beer, see what it tastes like. So, gold bottle cap. Let's get this beer out into a glass and see what we get. Nice bit of smoke on the opening. Beer in the glass then. Sadler's, for me, the very famous beer, or the most popular beer for me, is their Mud City Stout. I'm a big fan of Mud City Stout. Again, you can pick that up at Home Bargains. I'm plugging Home Bargains yet a bit, aren't I think up north they're called B&H stores up in the north, but Home Bargains down here in the south always have a few of the Mud City Stout in the fridge. It's a really good beer, and I think they sell it for about £1.50 a bottle. It's really good for the 6.5% ABV beer. So I'm looking forward to this black IPA then. They certainly know how to brew a dark ale, do Sadler's. So it's a jet black beer in the glass. It's a 2-finger tan coloured head. Lots of malts, lots of hops. I'm looking forward to the aroma. Cheers. Do you know, it smells a little bit like Mud City Stout, but with hops. It smells almost lactosey and like a chocolate milk stout. And then with some grapefruit and some mango. Should we dive in? Cheers. Nicely carbonated brew. The stout aspect of this beer, I mean, it's not meant to be a stout, it's meant to be a black IPA, but it's very much leaning towards, for me, a hoppy stout. It's really, if this was called a stout, I'd be raving about it. I'd be saying this is just amazing. It's creamy, it's biscuity, it's malty. There's some lovely jam, like a jammy taste in there. That would be from the hops. There's a bitterness, but it's very difficult to pull apart that bitterness, whether the bitterness is coming from the roasted malts that they've added to the beer or the hops that they've added to the beer. For me, there's not enough of a distinctive hop flavour in the beer to distinguish that bitterness, if you like. It's very difficult. Is it a roasted malt bitterness or is it a hop bitterness? That's what I'm struggling with at the moment. But for a stout, it's amazing. It's really creamy, it's lovely, it's dense, it's biscuity, there's some chocolate in there, bitter chocolate, there's some nice espresso coffee flavours. It almost seems like there's a lactosey kind of flavour in there and mouthfeel. It's nicely carbonated and there's some nice caramel flavours. But in terms of a black IPA, which is how this beer has been labelled, it's a struggle. It's a really struggle. It's a really big struggle. Let's check the date, mind you. Let's give this brewery the benefit of the doubt. When was this beer brewed? I've not had it long. It might be a case that Home Bargains got it in. No, it's fine. It's fine. January 17. So It's July 16, so it's a good 6 months left on the sell-by date. So really speaking, it should be a lot hoppier than what it's suggesting to be able to call it a black IPA. It's a real bloody shame, you know. They can do two things, Sadlers. I think they can either change the name and call it Peaky Blinder Stout, and then it would be awesome. It would be amazing. It would be like Mud City Stout. It would be in my fridge all of the time, especially for the price. Or they can change the recipe, add more hops, and stick to the black IPA name that they've got here. It's a real shame, that is. It really is a shame. Look at it. I mean, it's a perfect. It's a lovely looking beer. For me, it's a stout. It's a stout all day long. Lovely, dense, rich head. Lovely lacing on the glass. Very dark to the look of the beer. Smells good. Tastes even better. But then it doesn't taste like a black IPA. So I'm going to give it 2 ratings. I'm going to be fair with this one because it's such a good beer, but wrong style. I have had this in the past where I've absolutely torn a beer apart because it was the wrong style, but because the style it was meant to be and the style that came across at, it was very weak at the style that it ended up being at anyway. But this is not. It's ended up for me tasting like a stout, but it's tasted like a really, really, really good stout. So for a really, really, really good stout, I'm going to rate it as a stout first. I would rate this as a 9 out of 10. For a 4.6% ABV stout, it's fantastic. There's nothing wrong with it. But because they've labelled it as a black IPA, 9 out of 10 for a stout, I'm going to give it, for a black IPA, I'm going to give it a very poor 4 out of 10 for that particular style. So I leave it with Sadlers, really, if they carry on doing what they do with this beer, call it a stout, or if they change the recipe a little bit and add a bucket load of hops into the beer. So there's my rating. Thanks for watching. Please comment, please subscribe, give us a big fat thumbs up. Boom and cheers.